What's up, guys? Jared with Death Fun here. Happy New Year, and I hope you have a prosperous 2024. What I wanted to do now is I wanted to follow up with my previous video. Maybe you've seen it, maybe you didn't, but it's about the Viktos Upscale 3 sling bag. And my goal for that bag was to create a response to active shooter kit using that sling bag. So here it is. I developed it. I tested it for about 2 months, and I think I have it to where it's going to be absolutely phenomenal. Should, fingers crossed, I don't ever have to use it, but should I have to use it, I think it's going to come in handy big time. So let's get into the bag and see what we got. Okay, so first things first, why did I choose to sling it over my left shoulder? Well, for me, this is personal preference. I know that I had showed on the previous video, you can unhook this clip, you can switch it from this side to this side because the sling is in the center, so you can have it resting over your left shoulder or right shoulder. It's a matter of preference really, but for me, it seems more, we'll say proficient or tactically sound that it's over my left shoulder. And the reason for that is because one, I'm right-handed, and the whole point of this was to be able to reach and grab this strap right here, pull it across my body, set, grab the zipper, open it, reach in, and deploy my pistol. All right. Now, like I said in my previous video, I don't believe that this was going to replace my CCW, or I don't believe it should replace your CCW carry. Okay, I could easily put this back in here, and if I were carrying right now, like my normal carry, I could still draw and engage, on a threat that's immediate. But this is more for when you have time. Maybe you're running, maybe you hear shots way at the end of the other end of the building. I'm able to run, pull this across right here, right? Open it up and get this pistol out and ready to go, because this pistol, and I know some of you may disagree, that's totally fine. This is my preference again. This pistol just packs a little bit more than my Hellcat, which is what I carry for my CCW. So this is the Canik TPS SFX, that's a mouthful. And the reason why I like this so much is because it comes with the extended mag already, and it comes with the red dot on it. This red dot is zeroed. I'm consistently hitting 100-yard still targets, no problem with this. Now, in active shooter situations, there are definitely threats that are 50, 75 yards, even 100 yards out. Now, I wouldn't recommend it unless you're pretty sure about your shot that you take that shot, but if you're capable, then do it. I'm not going to trust myself with a Hellcat to take that shot, at least not under a whole lot of pressure where people are dying and I need to get those shots off immediately. So that was one of the main reasons why I went with this pistol. I was thinking the Shadow Systems, but I ended up going with the Canik because, I don't know, Canik's just, there's something about it that I like. All right, so there's the pistol piece of that, okay? That is the immediate draw, get on target, take your shots, and all that good stuff. Now, I'll leave this out so that you can see more in this bag, but there is a holster, and I showed you on the previous one. It's the one that comes with the Viktos bag. Now, I left it in there. I did think about maybe getting a Kydex holster and using that inside. It definitely goes in and out a little smoother. However, the Kydex doesn't flex as well. So as I'm wearing the bag, because I've been wearing this a lot of places, all the activities we've been doing for leading up to Christmas, like the Christmas parade, ice skating, places where there's a lot of people and zero security, church, stuff like that. So I've been wearing it and I've been filling it out, and I just feel like a Kydex holster wouldn't quite give me the flexibility that I need inside. All right, so inside the main pouch, there's really only two things: the pistol, and then something that I don't plan on taking out at all, but I'll take it out for you guys, is this ballistic plate, okay? All it is a level 3 ballistic plate. This one's good to stop up to 357 mag, okay? It's not very heavy at all. I believe it's 7 or 8 ounces. I don't think it says it on here. But it's not heavy at all. Now I know this doesn't afford me a whole lot of, protection per se, but my theory is that if I'm pulling this bag in front, right, and I have it here, it's blocking a large part of my chest, okay? So if I have the bag up and I'm holding it and I'm drawing my pistol, okay, I'm at least getting what matters right here. Now, if I get shot in the stomach, even shot over here, yes, it's gonna suck bad, but it's not gonna put me out. Obviously, if I get shot in the head and the neck, I'm kind of screwed. But if I get hit here, then at least it gives me, I don't know, 8 by 5 inches of protection, and I'll take that over nothing. So I threw it in there because I had it, and like I said, I figured why not. Also, side note, my friend was in a shooting. He had a cell phone with a OtterBox cell phone case on it, and it was just an iPhone, and he got shot right in the phone. The OtterBox plus the iPhone actually stopped the, I believe it was a 380, from penetrating all the way through and hitting his heart. So, because it was in his chest pocket. So, for me, like I said, it comes down to those little things, and this is one of those little things that I decided to throw in there. So, all right. Let's think of after the shooting. So here's the application of it. I have to draw, I have to run, I have to, do all these things. Now, one of the things that I put in this that I think is not very, it's, not on the forethought of people when they're maybe building out a kit like this, or have, a fanny pack with a pistol in it or whatever. But I think it's important. So for me, what I did is I rigged the bottom zipper, which I showed you on the previous video that it has. All I did was rig a little sash, okay, that says police, okay? That's all it is right there. So when I pull this out, my goal is to throw this over and have something that's identifying, okay? Now, I know it's not the best. I know, people say, well, why don't you just have your badge or whatever? Believe me, I ran dozens, maybe over 100 scenarios, like legit force-on-force scenarios, where we will have a detective or something like that in the scenario, and they have their badge on their belt, and they're running through an office building, and the officer comes in, and he sees the detective, and he does not see the badge, and he shoots the detective, or he shoots the undercover cop or the off-duty. It's a real thing. Under that amount of stress, the cop will see what they perceive as a threat, and then they'll take the shot. And the last thing I want to do is get shot by my own team. So that is why I threw this in here, because I'm telling you, as a cop, when you see this, from all the training and the shoot houses that you go into and the force-on-force training that you do, the instructors and the safety officers wear reflective vests. So when they see this, they're going to at least pause for a second and be like, okay, that doesn't look normal. He's holding a gun, but he also has this reflective sash or whatever. Oh, it says police. All right. So we're good. It will at least give them a moment to think, like, that is not normal. That is out of the ordinary. And they'll take that pause, or at least that's what I'm hoping. So I threw that in there. I thought it was an important piece to have, because like I said, the last thing I want to do is get shot by my own guys. I don't know if you guys heard about the incident that happened in Arvada, Colorado a few years back. There was an active shooter on one of the open malls, and a good guy, he wasn't an off-duty cop, but it was a lawful CCW holder. He saw the bad guy. He drew his pistol. The shooter had shot several people already, and he took him out. He had fantastic shot placement, and he took out the shooter. And just as the shooter went down and the guy was kind of repositioning, an officer arrived on scene, and he shot the good guy with a gun, because all he saw was people down, and he saw a guy holding a gun that had just shot someone else. Again, he's just a snapshot of what he sees, and the call that he was called to. And it's just such a tragic incident that occurred. So again, it's not like it's unlikely. It actually happens pretty often. So that's what I'm trying to avoid with this piece. All right, let's get on to the next piece. So for me, I'm thinking the order in which these situations kind of unfold, right? We first have to stop the threat, or at least try to isolate it to the best of our ability. Now, once the threat is down, we can now work on the next phase, which is rendering aid to any and all individuals who were involved. So what I did was I threw in several different types of medical equipment in here. Now you'll see in here I have a rat's tourniquet, I have 2 of them, and I have a cat tourniquet. All right, now I know we can debate about this all day long. Which one's better, which one is not worth anything, and honestly I can ask 10 different medics their opinion and they'll probably get 10 different answers. What I can say is this: I'm proficient in both. What I've seen is overseas, the rats tourniquets had a lot more, they were a lot better on children and smaller limbs than the cat tourniquet was, because you have obviously this larger flat surface, and on little kids, which if you think about like a school shooting or a church shooting or something like that, unfortunately there could be little kids that are hit, and we want to be able to help them. In my opinion, kids are a soft spot, so I'm going to try to help the kids beyond the adults. So I have 2 rats tourniquets in here, and again, that was just my personal preference. I also put a set of shears in here, just in case got to cut something off, some jeans or whatever, to try to get that tourniquet on. Some combat gauze and some quick clot. All right, so that we can start stuffing wounds. Let's say there's a place where you can't get the tourniquet on, maybe it's high in the groin, so we're going to stuff it, right? We're going to stop the bleeding, put pressure on it. So putting that medical gauze in there is going to help. Another thing I threw in here that is super awesome, a good buddy of mine from State Patrol, he's a major. He gave me these years ago, and I've used like probably 6 of them now, just on awkward calls where cuffs didn't quite do the job. I don't carry handcuffs on me off duty, but I think these are good to have, because let's say you have wounded your assailant or the threat, and he's not dead, but you need to secure him because you want to start helping people. Well, these are a fantastic option. All you do is slip the hands over behind the back, and then there's that little insert right there, and you just pull, cinch it up nice and tight, and they're actually really hard to break. I tried to break one of them, and I wasn't able to. So that's one thing that I threw in there. Let's see, I threw some latex gloves in there just for protection. Extra mag. I threw this glass break in here for several reasons. The first reason being that it's small and you never know when you're going to need to punch out glass. So the second reason is that there's been several incidents where there's been a shooter inside of a structure. People are isolated into a room, they can't get out. Maybe they barricaded the door, but they can't get out because there's not a chair or anything that's going to allow them to break out the glass. So this little thing is awesome. You literally set it up against the glass, you pull that back and let it go, and boom, it punches the glass, shatters it, and you're out. So super light, super simple. Use it on vehicles, use it inside of a building, whatever you need to do. I also threw a light in here. Okay. For me, do I think I'll need a light? I mean, I hope not, but you never know. If you're in a building, maybe the power gets cut or something, and now you're working in the dark, or whatever happens in the dark, now you need a little bit of light to do whatever you need to do. I know on my pistol, I wasn't able to keep my weapon mounted light on the bottom, and it fit in here. So my pistol doesn't have a weapon mounted light, which I wish it did, because I always, preach that you should have a weapon mounted light on your pistol. But in this case, I don't, because it just doesn't fit. So I thought the light was a good add. I also threw a fixed blade in there. I don't know. I think blades are always just good to have. You never know if, whatever happens. It's not bad to have a fixed blade. Easy to access and extremely versatile. So I threw a 511 fixed blade in there. And I think that's pretty much it for the kit. Like I said, I've been carrying it for a month. Actually more like 2 months now. Obviously I haven't used it, which is a good thing, and I hope I never do. But I feel very comfortable and confident with the training that I have, the experience that I have, and the skills that I have to effectively deploy this and use it to save lives. Now, I'm not acting like I'm this expert guru on active shooters. I have done a lot of courses. I've been to several different states throughout the country to do active shooter training. I'm an instructor for response active shooter for patrol, but still I have so much to learn, and I just feel like this is something that was on my heart that I wanted to do. I've had other people reach out to me who have built up fanny packs and full out backpacks, and they've asked me for suggestions, which I'm very thankful for. And I've also, seen some of the things that they're doing, and I thought, hey, that's a great idea. So, if you guys have any suggestions, or, if you're looking to build your own kit, please reach out anytime. Let me know what you think, or let me know what you come up with. Again, this is all in the name of just helping people, doing what we can to be an asset instead of a liability should an incident occur when you're out and about with your friends or family. And using the skills that we have, having that mindset of protecting and helping, rather than running and hiding and just kind of, I guess, waiting to see what happens. But we make our own luck. So that's where I'm at with this. If you have any questions, let me know. Shoot me a message, leave a comment, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. But again, I hope you guys have a fantastic new year, fantastic 2024. And as always, make ready.